To save a custom preset, first you'd want to change the parameters that you prefer for that image. And let's say you set it all up and you really prefer an image to show at a certain frequency, you've changed the dynamic range and made some other changes to the image, and you want that to happen every time you start up the system, where you can select your own preset and have those settings go without having to change them again. First, you'll want to make sure it's a frozen image. Then you'll press the menu button. You'll see it says Utility. Press it again. And here we have Preset Vascular, Rename, Load Preset, Save, and Save As. So we can go ahead and hit Save As, and you can create your own preset here by entering the name, whatever it is you want. You can put your name or whatever in there, and then you would just click OK. And when you're finished with that, I'll just put in Test here. Click OK. Now when we go to, I'm going to hit Exit to get rid of that. Now when I go to the probe, I have my custom preset here that uses all of the parameters that I had previously set. For system setup on the Chison ECO 3, we're just going to press the setup key right here. Here's where you enter the information about your facility, any department information, set the date and time, your time zone, language. Up here we have screen type. What do you want to show on the screen? Just the image and patient information, or full screen when you save an image. So when you hit that save button, do you want all that information to show up on the screen or just the ultrasound image? Your cine loop, which we showed how to scroll through, how many frames do you want on that cine loop? If you're just doing short videos and you don't want to fill up your hard drive or have very long cine loops, you'll want to choose a lower number. TGC curve, that was that yellow that displays up on the left-hand side that goes off shortly. You can have it always on, always off, or display just a certain period of time. Options for transmitted image. This can actually change the brightness, contrast, and overall general brightness of the image that is saved. So if you find that your images are dark, you can come here. And PC print image option, if you print to a PC printer, how do you want that to show up and how many columns? Here you can customize your measurements up here. Just in general, the units, centimeters or millimeters, volume, time, speed, all of these, how do you want it to display, and how you can have the results from the measurements clear when you unfreeze or stay on the screen. And then colors, and then how you measure follicles. Configuring the actual calculations, you can click here and choose what shows up on that menu, and you can go higher or lower. So say you want head circumference first on OB, you can slide that up and it's going to appear at the top of the menu or down. You can add folders and different calculations. You click Manage. This will add, remove, or modify whatever packages you have, and this is all for the calculations. When you hit that calc, that little thing that shows up on the right-hand side, and of course your OB table right here. How do you want it to calculate? Comments. This is the comment library that we discussed. You can edit your own comments by adding or modifying. You can move them around. So if we choose right here, we say that library. First you're going to choose a library. So here are the items you can add from. You click the arrow to add one. You'll highlight it, click it, and it'll show up over here. You can add all of them. You can click over here and remove them. You can edit them, remove all of them, or delete them. And then this is just like that measurement one. Do you want it to clear when you unfreeze the image? Otherwise, it will stay on screen. Over here, this is the actual library. Remember over here, I clicked the comment library, and then this is the comment type. So when you select cardiac, then we're going to customize what's in the cardiac, and you can choose from this menu over here. Body markers work very much the same way, add or remove. These are the exam modes that can appear when you plug in the probe. Now the default is set at small parts when we start up the machine, but if I want it to be vascular each time, I can set that as the default, and that's the default imaging mode. When you boot up the machine, it will show vascular up top. Again, these are all the different things that are available for this probe. and you can select or remove whatever shows up, and that is, I'll show you on this exam screen. Let me cancel. This probe screen, this is what's going to show up on this menu here. Go back to the setup. And here's the overall configuration for what would show up when you go to abdomen, for right here for the exam mode. What comment library do you want? Just click on it and you can drop down and say for the abdomen I want the comment library, the abdomen body mark, and the measurement. So I'll just click twice on it and then I can get that drop down box. And you can change all that for the exam mode. I don't want to save that, so I'm just going to hit cancel. I'll go back into the setup. Keyboard configurations, these are for the function keys. Up here, if you want to assign something to key number 1, you can say if you press 1, you can have it store the image. So it'll come up when I hit 1, it'll store the image. I'm going to go back to none. Or you can do these other functions here. Go to full screen, do a quick angle, biopsy. You can have it print. You can have it pull up a specific measurement. So say you want to just hit 1, 2, 3, 4 and go head circumference, abdominal circumference, femur length, and BPD. And then here's just some other things. And these are all things that you can assign to the print keys, print 1 and print 2, and also the save keys, the cine, and the store. Up here and over there. Those are the program. DICOM, this is where you would set up the DICOM. I can't get into this specifically. This is something that your IT person would set up with the information. So they would set up here for network and DICOM. This network would put you on the network. They would give you your IP address, your gateway, net mask, and if you want to ping, you want to test the connection to make sure you're on the network, you would ping an address somewhere on the network and hit test, and this is something your IT person would know. But for DICOM, what you want to do is you can add a service here. Come on over here and choose DICOM storage, work list, print, or structured reporting. And here is where you would enter the DICOM server information, your AE title, IP address, port, and how this timeout is how long do you want it to try before it says I can't send an image if there's a problem. Same with DICOM print. We don't have one set up, so there's nothing I can do to change it. And then I would also say this is the default if DICOM storage is the default. So if we add one, click done, and it would show up here, and it was just telling me that I already have this DICOM storage existing, so when I tried to add a DICOM it said it's already there. I can edit this here and edit that setting. Can delete it, and this is verified to say okay, I am set up for DICOM storage, I've got my AE title, I'm going to check and make sure that the machine is connected and it's speaking to the machine. Down along the bottom, if you wanted to send while you're actually saving it in the middle of the exam, this will take extra time and slow you down if you're saving cine loops. If you're just saving images, it'll be fine. Saving the images, do you want it to send the screen or the raw data? Raw data is the machine language. Same thing with the saving the cine. You'll want to just leave it at send screen. And then when you go to the archive, do you want to send it the screen or you want to send the raw data? And the raw data, again, would let you make other kind of adjustments later because it's in the machine's language. Network we just addressed. System is something you would only address if there's an update to the machine. If you have some sort of issue, they'll ask you the software version, the hardware version, and the system version, and your serial number. This is where you'd find all this. If you get some sort of update, they'll give you a USB stick. You'll stick it in the side and click update for your software and update for your hardware. And then this is just how your video would output VGA. Do you want it on or off? And here's where you would set up your printer for USB. If you want to add a printer, you'll click here and go to that. General system maintenance and that kind of information. This is something that you would address only if there's a technician involved. Click cancel. And that concludes the training on the Chison ECO 3. Thank you for watching.